What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? Hey, Rona. I'm deciding to do this video. I have a few questions on how the Innate Academy works, and I wanted to take this opportunity to answer some questions for you too, and also get feedback on what you want to see in the future. So I'm so happy to see y'all here. I know it's late this evening, but I didn't get a chance to go up to the shop and shoot my tutorial for the socks today. So I figured I'd get online a little bit and at least get y'all going on this Innate Academy. We've been doing a lot of these all over prints lately, so it's got me like really tied up today. Hey, love. See Erica and Dee. V-Love, what's up? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started because this video is going to be recorded. And if we need to record another video in the future, once we get things really down packed and I get to see how you all work with the interface, I can get your feedback and I can change things iteratively. So as we find out how we learn best, I'm going to make sure that I'm the best teacher that I can be and mold my courses to fit the way that you all learn. Okay, that's the whole objective, because not every student is going to learn the same, but at the same time, I think we can have quality instruction, quality courses, and content that you all can use as soon as you're done with the class. Like, how many of us have taken a whole semester or several semesters worth of courses and never knew how we were actually going to use that content in the real world? If that's ever been you, comment on one right now. If that's ever been you who've sat through something, you're like, I wonder how I'm actually going to apply this. Like, what reference is it actually going to have in real life? So I know that's been me on several occasions. So my objective with every single course that you do, every single course, is that yes, you come in to learn something, but you leave with a finished product. So right now we have an example of 4 of the classes that we've done already. Some of you have taken those courses, and each course that starts with a 1. Oh yeah, I'm seeing them ones now. I forgot there's a little delay. I'm seeing them ones now. So each course that starts with a 1 is a beginner's level course, okay? You will be able to do any of these 100 level courses no matter where you're coming from in your Photoshop journey. If this is your first time opening Photoshop because it is a course, that's fine. We're going to walk you through everything that you need to do to complete a project by the end of the session. And typically the classes are 3 hours long. So you think about those, once a week courses that you would have in college, and they were usually those 2-hour and 50-minute classes. This is about the same type of deal, except the whole time you're engaged, the entire time you're working on something. And by the end of that class, you not only have something that you learned, you have a product that hopefully you can make money off of. Because if you come into the course with the intention, I'll show you exactly what we're going to make, right? You come in with the intention, well, you know what? I do have a birthday order I need to get done by the end of this week. Let me use that as the content for my project. So I don't have you just arbitrarily, let's take an apple and an orange and make something out of it. No, I actually tell you, come to class with X, Y, and Z prepared, with a photo, with a theme, with what colors you want in mind, and you will create it by the end of class. So that's the objective of these interactive courses, not to just teach you the randomness, but to have you apply these concepts in a way that you didn't know that you learned, but at the end of it, you have something you can place on your website or your Facebook or your Instagram and instantly sell something at that moment. Okay. The same way I tell y'all to share your work, share your work, share your work in the Innate Creatives group, share your work on your page. And I guarantee you that somebody's going to ask you to make it for them. That's how confident I am, not just in my work, but that's how confident I am in the work that you're going to perform throughout the courses as well. All right, so that's just a little spiel about what the courses are. That's what the Academy is for very concentrated, intentful content. Not just trying to teach you, oh, well, this is how you cut out a picture, or this is how you make a background. All of that's built into the session as we go with the flow. Okay, so I'm not piecemealing things for you. You are ending up with the final product every single time. Okay. And what you see as my example is what you get. So it's not like I'm selling you on something you won't be able to create. Everything that I show you, you can create it as well as I did, if not better. Okay. Dual screens for the course, yes, and I'm going to go back in and also add the prerequisites. Like, I really need y'all to have dual screens for the live sessions. Now if you're not doing a live session, you're doing like the pre-recorded sessions, absolutely you do not need dual screens for that, because you can watch it, you can stop, you can go to your normal screen. I'm going to advise anybody that's designing anything to have two screens, so you can reference on one screen and work on another screen. It's just the way we do it in design. And once you become in your head a professional level designer, which is what you are, because you're doing this for to earn a living, right? So this is your profession. So I'm just giving you a hint. Get you a $30 screen from a secondhand store. Get you an HDMI cable. Hook your HDMI cable from your TV to your laptop. Whatever you have to do to get two screens, because it's so worth it. When you can view and learn on one screen and apply on the other screen, it makes learning that much more efficient. Okay, so I want to kind of break down what Innate Academy is. So the Academy is the same as the courses were on the regular Innate Lab website. It's just that now they're in a certain format that allows you to purchase the course and then also see what the contents are of the course. So you can see what files you'll end up having to download, how long the video is, all of that good stuff. And then you'll be able to track your progress. So it'll tell you when you have completed each step. And if you plan to do the subscription, here's the bonus. So you can buy each of these courses a la carte. I never want to make you feel like you have to buy something. But I've made a really, really, really sweet deal, and I've done it because you all have been so sweet. And I noticed like some people wanting to take the courses, but maybe not able to afford $60 per course to do the live courses, or $50 a course to do the pre-recorded courses. So what I did was I created these two membership packages. Okay. And that's what I'm really here to explain mostly, because people want to know, well, what's the difference between one and the other. So the $30 a month membership package, you get access to 4 pre-recorded courses every single month. Okay. So that's pretty much it. It trickles down to you. It's called a drip course, where every single week a new course will drip to your membership. Okay, so right now you have all 4 courses: 101, 102, 103, and 104. So you have all 4 of those courses, access to those immediately. So as soon as you sign up for the $30 a month membership, you automatically get 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can start those right away. And then every week you get an additional course. So really you start out the gate with four lessons, and then you get 1 lesson every week from there on out. We'll also have like freebie templates and things like that I will throw in there as we go along. So at the very, very minimum, this is a $200 value, because you're getting to watch those courses where we literally go through the 3-hour course session. You get to watch the replay of that live event. Okay, so you get to see people making mistakes. You get to see what people's screens look like, how we fixed them, what issues they had when they got stuck, how we got out of the mud. Those things you need to see, because sometimes when I'm doing my free videos, they're not tutorials as much as they are they're tutorials for how to use the templates, right? So I do those hour-long videos just to show you how to use the templates. I will forever do those videos for free, just because I believe you deserve that content for free. What we do in the classes is we break it on down. We break it down. I make sure that this is something that you can click on and you can complete before I close out my session. Okay, so everyone that shares their screen that has an issue, I'll use my mouse if I have to go in on your screen and fix things and change things. And that's how other people can learn from the pre-recorded videos as well. So each video is typically about 3 hours. Some might be a little bit longer depending on if I stayed after class, and I will stay after class and help people either that needed to catch up or wanted to add a little something and didn't know how to do it. We'll stay after class. So the live classes, like this one we're doing on the socks, you get that one-on-one feeling before a 3-hour session. So it's almost like you are you know you have someone there if you get stuck. But along the lines, you are creating, you are being independent, you're the one creating it and not me doing it in front of your eyes. Okay, so that's what the live interactive component is. The pre-recorded is you get to watch what that live interaction looked like. Okay, and these are closed. These are closed only to those that purchase them, or if you have the membership, what'll happen is whenever you join, you'll get the first 4 classes. So if you join 3 months down the road, you'll get the first 4 classes 3 months down the road, and then you'll get 105, 106, 107. You'll get those dripped to you every single week, as long as you are a current monthly member. Okay, and this is all up to you. If you need to stop a membership or cancel a membership, I don't hold that against you. I don't make it like something you have to do annually at all. No contracts. This is basically something that I built as a reward for the community of support that I've received, and this is more like, you know, my thank you to those who've been basically paying the full price the whole time and supporting me this whole time, and who want to be able to do more. So that's the $30 a month version. The $60 a month version is it's the same exact thing, except you get that $60 value towards a live course each month. So if you're someone who's going to buy at least 2 templates and possibly a course, then this definitely saves you some money, because the course itself is $60. And you'll see that the course is always going to be $60, no matter what we're doing, because it's going to be a 3-hour course. It's going to be a $60 course. But you will get a $60 credit every single month. So you'll get at least 1 class free, and then you'll still get the drip content. So you'll still get the 4 courses, immediate access, the pre-recorded courses, and then you'll get 1 additional weekly course. So you'll add on those courses. Now keep in mind that every course that you get, you also get templates or fonts or brushes. You're going to get something extra with it. It's not just going to be, hey, we're going to start with a blank slate and you get absolutely nothing but my attention. Now I'm always throwing out extras for you all, because I want you to have these tools. I want you to be able to stand out against your competition. I want it to be clear when you're in the building and your designs are in the building. That's something that you'll have pride for. If you're in a gymnasium and everybody in your local area has on their custom shirts for this football or for the basketball game, people are going to know your shirts versus someone else's. And that's just the honest truth. And those are the type of tools that I really want to arm you all with in order to have that type of effect, especially in your local areas, in your online stores, etc. So let me know if I wasn't clear about explaining something. I'm going to look to see if y'all have any questions, anything I can answer. And Tori, here's the thing. Tori asked, if you've taken 2 out of 4 of those courses, do you already do you need to do the first? No, you don't have to do any of these courses. These courses they're electives for you, right? So there are 4 classes here right now. Some of you may have, I don't think anybody's done all 4 yet, but if you have, let me know, because I would like to know if you did all 4. I want to see what you're working on, what you're doing. But yeah, let's say you've done 2 of them, just do the other 2. This is at your leisure. Regardless of whether you finish the courses or not, whether you do anything with them, you're going to get a new course every single week. So my suggestion is to stay on top of them every week, keep it fresh. It's basically a free template. It's a free template that you get the full instruction on how to use it, breaks it down, 3 hours worth of how to use these templates. And some of them aren't templates. Some of them, like the first one-on-one class we built from scratch. We used the blank template of an all-over shirt, but we used paint brushes to build the effects. We use a certain special font to build that repeat text effect, and we use drop shadows and outlines. So that was something that we built from scratch. But you also got the brush pack, which was a $20 value. So every time I do something, I'm giving you some value other than just me teaching. And that's going to be my goal, that every single time we do something, that you have a tool that maybe somebody else who's not in the academy doesn't have, or they had to pay full price for. Okay. Cynthia, great question. Cynthia says, where do I sign up? You can go to academy.innatelab.com, and I'm going to put that into the comments here. If you just happen to go to innatelab.com and click on any of the classes, I think I changed it to where I'm going to go to one of the courses. So this is the course. So I made the course like $300 just so it would be like, what? So when you click on it, it'll tell you in the description, please visit academy.innatelab.com for live, interactive, and pre-recorded courses, as well as monthly membership plans. So I did that so that some of you are used to seeing it on the Innate Lab page. But that link is right there, academy.innatelab.com. And there will be several different categories. Eventually we'll have affinity templates and tutorials as well. Right now we're just strictly Photoshop. But here's where some of you were asking where to get that free retail store mockup. It's right here. This is where that content is going to be. And eventually all of our templates will be on this one too. Okay, these are our live interactive course. You'll get to see a lineup for that. And what I hope to do is pretty much have the whole monthly lineup before we even get, you know, to that month. So you can kind of see where you want to use your $60 credit, and if you want to take more than one live course. The pre-recorded classes will be listed here. This will give you a preview of what course you'll see next. So when you do join the membership, whether it's the $30 or $60 membership, you get all four of the first four courses. And then you'll see 105 come in, 106, 107 in the subsequent weeks. So that's that category. And then of course freebies, whatever freebies I put out there, I have this category for. Make sure you download this one and have some fun playing with what this could be your virtual store. This could be your Etsy store. This could be your physical store that you want to do, a brick and mortar. This could be a kiosk in the mall. It can be a mobile setup. This could be a trailer that you want to have. Maybe you want to be able to travel and do custom designs, and this might be your way of kind of brainstorming what products you want to have, how you want it to look, what's your theme, the colors, layout, that sort of thing. So I want y'all to play with that and just get to imagining, because we're about to grow from here. It's about to get real, and I want to see those plans, because what happened is it's kind of like a vision board too. And I want to see what your visions are for the products, for what you're putting out there, and absolutely what you want to learn to do as well. All right, Cynthia says she's signing up now. Let's see, do you create? Yes, it is a different login for the Academy website, and that's because it is essentially like a school. Really and truly, the way this is set up is like true online learning content. So it's going to be separate from the Innate Lab website. And actually, I'm glad you asked that, because what I'm tailoring the Innate Lab website, and I don't know if y'all heard me talk about this before, but let me go to the main website so I can show you what the Innate Lab website is going to be. It's going to be nameless. It's going to look like something you can show your customers. Okay, so it's going to have the retail prices for everything. It's going to have the retail prices for the shirts, the designs, and everything. So basically you can feel safe showing your customer the website and saying, hey, which shirt design do you want? It won't have the courses on here. It won't have the blanks on here. You'll have a special login where you order blanks, but your customer doesn't see how much your blanks cost. You can order artwork at your rate, but your customer doesn't see that rate. So I want to basically be able to have a clean website that you can use as an example and say, hey, you know, which template did you want? Or this is, you want 12 all over shirts, they're $40 each. And then that way, you know, well, Shannon's going to charge me $28, so I know I need to at least charge $40, $45 to make sure that I'm profiting. So those prices will show for the customers, and eventually if you want a website that's pretty much mirrored off of it, we'll be able to provide that service. So that's how we're segmenting the actual website versus the Academy. The Academy is going to be where you go to learn, where you go to download templates. Right now, all of the templates that you've been purchasing are on the Innate Lab account, those are eventually going to be moved to the Innate Academy. So all of the things that you're learning to work with will be on one site, and then where your customers can kind of browse, like they can window shop without you having to say, hey, somebody else is doing this. You can tell them straight up, hey, these are my designs, and I don't care. This is what I'm building it for. So you can tell customers, this is what I have to offer. What you want? What can I get for you? This is like your McDonald's menu, okay? So that's what I'm working on. And then there's going to be a component to that where those of you who are within a partnership and want to be part of a partnership, if you want to be able to basically have that website and be being a partner with us, then I can send you a job and say, hey, you're going to go to this location, pick up your order because it's within an hour of your location, or I want you to ship out from this Louisiana location because it'll be a 1-day ship versus coming from Florida, it's a 3-day ship. So we're going to be our own network, and this is what that website is going to provide for us. Okay. Like we're really going to be our own power teams, and when you have your own, your own network, you feel strong. Like for instance, I had somebody who needed some supplies, and I could always contact my person in a whole nother state and say, hey, somebody right next to you needs this order. I might not make enough. I might not make as much money as if I would doing it myself, but I have an option to hand that off to someone to make sure I got it done on time, to make sure that it impressed the customer, got it to them on time. And let's say I ran out of a couple of sizes of shirts, that person can spot me. They're still making their money. I make a little bit, not necessarily what I would have made if I did the entire project myself, but I saved my face. I impress my customer. I have another customer for life. Okay, so I want us to get into that mode instead of thinking, oh, I can't tell nobody what I do or what I use. And no, that I think that is a limited mindset, and it puts us in a position where we all feel like we're competing. When in actuality, we have some resources that if we pulled them together, oh yeah, we're talking about buying blanks wholesale. We're talking about creating websites for one another, where we all have very similar looking and functioning websites, where we can finally develop an app that works for us for the custom market. There's no app, and trust me, I've paid $250 a month for a website before that was supposed to act as a website where I could do my custom orders. People could go on my site and do their custom designs, and then it would just send it to me to print. It still didn't work with the customer in mind. It was not customer friendly. The user interface needs to be built from the ground up. So this is what I would like for us to pull together to create. Yes, everybody eating, everybody enjoying the process. Because this is a process, y'all. This never stops. Us doing what we do, it's a very intense process, and I think that we have the ability to pull these resources, to pull our stresses together, and not necessarily have to do everything on our own. So absolutely. And I am, I'm doing my best to listen to you all, to understand what it is that you want to understand, that you want to learn, because it's helping me become a better teacher. And also it's helping me to understand what products need to be developed. So that's what our Innate Creatives group is all about. It's not just about showing off designs. It's also about what we're doing as entrepreneurs, how we're using these tools, encouraging one another. Like, hey, if you can take a $20 template and you can make something 70 times over, I'm not mad at that. I don't even mind if you had to, let's say you had to take one of my mock-ups. That's why I stopped putting Innate Lab on them. If you had to take one of my mock-ups and say, hey, Shannon, can I put this on my Facebook page so I can tell people that I can make this shirt? Absolutely. Only for you all, because you are my customers. we're business to business clients. This is a symbiotic relationship. We help one another. So you're going to purchase that template, and as long as you're not selling the artwork, a variation of the artwork, or a transfer, like you're straight up selling product, that's what I want you to do. I want you to utilize these tools to sell your product, because I want you to get to a level where you're saying, hey, Shannon, I'm doing 100 shirts a day. I want to, like, how can I get in on, being a partner so I can be on the app? Because I want everybody to want to be on the app. So when somebody's looking at their phone and they're trying to figure out where their closest t-shirt provider is, they're going to ding you. Oh, Diamond, thank you, love. That is so sweet. Y'all don't know. I be getting choked up about y'all. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna have this app, and that's what I foresee everybody here doing. I don't care if you have an Epson 7710 or 20. We're gonna put it to work. Okay, that's the goal. I should be able to say right now, I have people that contact me all over the United States, and instead of me having to do all of this work myself and send it halfway across the United States, I should be able to say, hey, I got a homegirl right there in Texas that can get that out to you tomorrow. No worries. You in the local area? All right, give us an hour. She'll have your order ready in about 30 minutes. I'm just saying, this is what I see. So anyhow, I'd like to get y'all like invested in the dream too, because I feel like it's not just my dream, it's our dream. But anyways, back to the academy. Y'all have any more questions about that? So that's how I'm transitioning things. So we'll have the training part, the training component, and then the business component, and then they're going to be separated. Um, let's see. I want to give y'all a little bit of heads up on what we're working on right now. A universal price list. Okay. I think I've talked about this in the group before, just trying to see, what price lists you all have. Like, what do you charge? What are your most common services? We're going to revisit that because too many people have been asking me, recently what they should be charging. And not that you have to charge what I'm saying, but if you expect like to get a wholesale deal on something, you need to make some money, right? So you need to know what to charge somebody on the retail side of that. So here's the deal. If you're not doing all over prints yet, that's fine. You can still act as if you're doing, because we'll help you. We'll even drop ship for you if that's the case. But what you want to do is you want to offer the service without investing in the equipment. Somebody else has this large format printer and is able to get this product out. Order, if you don't want to, you can have us press it for you, but you can just order the prints too, and then you can press them on demand as you want to. Well, once you start to see, okay, well, this all over thing is kicking up a little bit, maybe I need to get my own setup. And in that case, you say, Shannon, what I need, and then I'll hook you up. I will tell you the printer that you need, the ink. I'm carrying the ink for the large format printers now, and the cartridges for the large format printers. So basically, you'll have those resources in one place. And now that I know, hey, so and so over here is using True Colors ink, I can send you this file, and basically your print profile is going to be set to where it's almost seamless between all of us printers, right? So I know that if I send a print to you and I send a print to Chicago, it's going to come, it may not be exactly the same because it's based on other parameters, but for the most part, they're not going to get two totally different extremes of the same design. Okay, so that's how we're going to be able to pull together. Thank you, Diamond. I appreciate it. Yes, people want your low ball, and this is the thing too. I had to play that game. Oh, I thought I had to play that game for quite some time, and it's because I was in a rural area. Nobody ever did what I had done before, and it was almost like I felt like I had to prove myself. So you're in a small town. People don't know what sublimation is. They don't know, they're not really any photo artists in the area. When I tell you these type of designs, especially in rural areas, even in like Atlanta and in Houston, you throw out these type of designs and you're going to get work, period. And one thing that I had to learn was I was designing for free. I was designing at the last minute with no rush fees. I was pushing myself to the limits just to kind of prove myself. And one thing that I did was I proved that I could take all the local business on. I even took from some of the, some of the major competitors in that area. But what I didn't do was save myself and save some time for myself, save some energy for myself. So I kind of burned myself out just making sure I could please everybody else at these, awesome prices. But my talent was the value, not the physical shirt. Because anyone can print a $20 shirt. It's the fact that the talent that went behind that, the style of design that went behind that has a premium. So I want you all to understand that the tools that you have premium tools at your disposal. These templates are premium tools. And I make sure of that. I make sure I don't give y'all anything garbage. I make sure I don't give y'all anything or offer anything to you that I wouldn't put up on a mannequin in my own store. So this is what we're starting with greatness, and we're only going to grow from there. The printer and heat press. Okay, so I guess we'll go into that for a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to show you. This is Epson T 7270. This is the 44-inch printer. If you want to do large formats. Now, I tell you that we're going to have people in the network that just have 77, 10s, and 20s, and that's cool because a lot of the customers that want these quick shirts, they're going to be basically looking for somewhere they can get a 1-hour shirt done. And as long as you have a 13 by 19 printer and you're using the True Colors ink, you're going to be in there. Okay. So, but for those of you wanting the large formats, this is my kind of mid-range buy-in. Okay. I wouldn't tell you to just go straight out there and get the F6370 because that one is the sublimation printer that Epson makes, right? Some of us can do that. Some of us have credit that's good enough to just, get what we want and pay that monthly fee to have that printer. And that's excellent if you can do that. And if you can do that and you have done that, definitely contact me. And we're working on the workings right now so that we can have that network available. But for those of you who are going in with your own skin in the game, this is what I did. So I'm not going to tell you something I wouldn't do for myself. I purchased the brand new Epson SureColor T7270, and it comes with regular pigment ink cartridges. And I don't use up those pigment ink cartridges. I have our own version of the refillable ink cartridges. And the refillable ink cartridges, I put True Colors ink. I have a pro level ink that goes in there. And pro level ink cartridges, you have these little chips that you have to change out whenever it says the cartridge is empty. You still reuse the cartridge, you just change out the chip, and that's your process, that's your setup. Now, sometimes these printers will go as low as like $3,400 with free shipping to your door. I'm usually on the lookout for that, and I'm usually looking for the new ones. You can buy refurbished ones, but I'm not refurbished, but used ones. It's just you don't know what you're going to get. And usually these type of big printers, when you transport them, they can have issues with the print heads because it wasn't packaged properly or crated properly when they transported it. So that vibration and that lack of dampening of the vibrational dampening can ruin those print heads. So you get one from Epson, Epson's going to make sure that you're not failing. They do have excellent customer service. Just don't tell them you put sublimation ink in it. Keep your other cartridges and put them in there if you have to receive whatever help you need. So that was a question y'all asked about the big boy setup. If you're ready for that, let me know, because I do have the cartridges and ink. I haven't put them up on the website yet because, like I said, I like to make videos for y'all first before I put a product out there. So let me know how eager y'all are about that, and I will make that available. And I possibly have, if you all contact me, I possibly have someone who may be able to help us get printers for a little bit of a discount. It's not that big, but basically they look out for us as far as whatever rebates are available and kind of helps us maximize those things. So it might only be like $100, $200 off, but it's worth it when, when basically somebody's looking out for you, getting it to your door. All right. So D says, so are you proposing to push work to other places if there is a need? Yes. You know what? It's so funny that we are so we're such creative minds that we'll find a solution to anything. So I even want you to look into here's the thing, you can't be everywhere, right? Let's say you're in a major city. You kind of made a name for yourself in this major area. What do franchises do? They're looking for the next area that they can make the same money, duplicate the process that they created for that one successful business. I would like for you all to even start looking out for that. If I could right now, if I had the energy, I would go back to Mariana and I would set up another little store there and I would have someone local there be able to reap the benefits from it. So I don't even want a brick and mortar store anymore. I just know it could work and I know it has worked there. So that could be another location that, hey, I could supply prints to and I could supply my expertise to, and all I really need is to help someone else generate something in that area, but it helps me. So even though you think I'm creating my own competition, essentially I'm creating this symbiotic relationship. So somebody's going to be there. I'm not going to be in Mariana, but somebody can be there. They have their own printer set up. They have their own, shirts in stock, but they may need help. They have a 100 shirt order. They only have a 7710, so they're going to contact me when they need 100 prints, or when they need artwork. They're going to come to me and buy my artwork to make themselves look like they're at the same caliber as my franchise. So I want you to keep that in mind. That's how franchises work. There's something that each party gets. There's something that the owner gets, and there's something that that corporation gets from basically sharing an identity, sharing the same product. And let's say for instance you get to the point where you're doing your own all overs. You've basically it's all about, it's called leverage. So you're leveraging what somebody else can do right now. You can't offer all over prints. You can't compete with the guy next door who's doing the all over prints, but your designs can. So your designs stand out, right? And you're able to look like you offer that service until you do it enough to where, and that's what happened with me. I was leveraging Prince and other providers to do the all over work for me till it got to the point where I needed to be able to do this more urgently with a shorter timeline. And orders came in enough for me to have my own printer. I promise y'all, I'm not telling y'all anything made up pie in the sky. So I had to change it where I don't do everything anymore. If I need banners and signs and that sort of thing, I outsource that now. I used to do all of that stuff in house. Screen printing. I had a 6 head, 6 station screen press. Did sublimation. I had a banner printer, so I would print banners. I stopped doing all of that so that I could focus on one thing, do it really well. And then when something made enough money and made sense, oh, I'll go get my own solvent printer if I get enough banner orders, if that's what the market's telling me it wants. So the market will tell you what it wants before you even invest. Yes, it does. If someone needs prints as soon as possible, you can push a design to me and say, and this is how we need to operate. If you need 100 prints and you don't have the ability to do 100 prints really quickly, and you need, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and pay this fee to have them done at once and ship, so that I can have my peace of mind and I don't have to stand and babysit my Epson 7710s and 20s. Trust me, I know that feeling. I've lost plenty of nights of sleep because I was scared to go to sleep because I know those Epsons were going to cut off in the middle of a print and I would wake up and be short 40 prints. So I got that. I've lived through it for years. I think I told y'all I've had up to 6 Epson 7710s running at once, just to, because that's how my model was set up. I had to have printers that were basically disposable enough that when I took them on the road, I wouldn't be mad if something happened to them, if it rained on them, if it was out in the elements. So I had 4 to 6 printers at any given time, and I would always take 2 on the road with me. So, and those are things we'll be learning too. So we got a lot to build together. A lot to build together. So y'all have any other question? I mean, I'm here with y'all for a little bit. I'm actually waiting right now on a quote for an all over. And this is the other thing too. Like, we try to push through and help one another. So, we're outside of business hours. I'm doing prints right now, some all over prints for someone who needs it at the last minute, and I'll let you know if I can push it and I can help you, and especially to save your face, I'm going to do it. But if I can't, I'm gonna let you know that that we can't quite push it that way. We're not we're not here to make it to where you can't make something of your business and you can't make a profit. We're here to give you the tools, make a profit, even if it's a slimmer profit than you doing it yourself. Then you start doing it yourself. Get your own equipment together. Say, you know what, I got, and that's the thing. I'm not gonna get mad because you go get you a large format printer. Well, I was doing prints first, and no, that means if you got business like that, that speaks volume about the help that I was able to provide to you. And now I have a team member somewhere out there. Absolutely. Yes. Mass orders, these bulk orders, even what I call mass customization, which is where you're giving people the idea that they're customizing something, but they're literally just taking a template, and instead of orange tigers, now you got the red tigers mascot. That's it. You're mass customizing something that gives people the feeling that they have it custom, but you're taking a tool that you didn't have to build it from scratch. So it's saving you time, it's saving you energy, and it's giving your customers something that they can look at and envision right now. Because you know how many people will come up to you, well, show me what it's gonna look like. No. Here's some templates. You see something you like, you stop, you let me know when you see something you like, and we'll work from there. Do I recommend online orders versus an actual storefront? That's a very, very interesting topic. Um, as a matter of fact, I do. I recommend both. Here's my thing. It's almost impossible to know what you can create unless you put something out there. Okay, so what I would recommend, and I've been doing this for quite some time, is that I do my online orders. I still have some local customers, but what I try to do is make some kind of deal with someone who has a brick and mortar just to be my pickup spot, right? So I take my orders online. Everybody goes through that online process to check out, and then they may go pick up their order somewhere locally, just so that I'm not having to meet people. They aren't having to come to my home, etc. So you can work out something like that. Make it a place that's not competing with you. A hair salon, a jewelry store, a place that they might sell. Like trinkets and that sort of thing, a hair supply store. It's so many people that your business can complement just by having that sort of setup. You put you a couple of samples in the store and say, hey, here's my pickup spot. And as long as you don't make it any work for them to do, when someone comes and picks up their order, they're literally coming there just to pick up. They don't have to inconvenience the workers there to pay for anything or ask them any questions. Then you're developing working relationship. Well, then what happens is you have enough customers going to their store, you start to realize, well, what would happen if I had my own store, if I had my own little walk up spot? And you can rent out, like we're doing a vlogging series right now where it's a brick and mortar store. Like I said, I think I've shown y'all some of this stuff, but we might have some newbies here. This client files. Let me go to little brick and mortar store, and sometimes you won't even know because you already take yourself out the game. And trust me, I've been there. Somebody had to tell me to check out a brick and mortar when I first started. I was working out of a shed in the back of my cousin's house in the woods, in the country, And matter of fact, I called the cops on a raccoon one time. That's how country I was living and working out of the shed. Um, and we were having lunch next to an empty retail space. And he was like, well, this would be perfect for your shop. And I was like, no, you got to have credit. You got to have this. You got to have that. I talked myself out of it before I even asked any questions. And when I finally talked to, called the person who owned the space, and a lot of times these are individual owners too, and they're willing to work out. Everything in business is negotiable. Now, when you're not in business and you're a person paying a bill, there's no negotiation. You pay them what they say, you abide by these contracts, or they shut you down. But with business, you can say, hey, I went in there saying that well, what's required? I have this going on. I'm already doing this from a shed, so I know I can make it work. I'm just talking myself up. And he says, great. First, last, and deposit, and it's yours. I'll give you the first month rent free if you pay for three months up front. I was like, excuse me? Need a credit check? What else do you need from me? And he was like, that's it. And it was for a year lease. I've even had some, like this one is month to month. And it's a small little, basically an office type space. But it's a showroom. It's a boutique. I want you to think of it in that regard. And it doesn't have to be a huge warehouse that you work out of in front. You can still work from home and bring your products up here. This one's going to have a small work area where we'll have one of the EcoTank printers, heat press, some blanks, and that sort of thing. And then mostly all of this is going to be showcasing samples. That's it. It will be a showroom. And for $400 a month, it's worth it. It's worth $400. Some of y'all would pay $400 a month just to get out of your house and have an office that you can go to and think to yourself, right? So just be thinking of some of those things. And that's some of the classes that we're going to start having is like basically working through a checklist of what homework should you be doing? What should you be looking for? What type of questions you should be asking? And also, like, can you do it? If you do it in an office space, an office setting for right now, then you could just be doing consulting. You don't have to all out have a retail shop set up. Just do your design consulting. And then you still are able to process your orders online and that sort of thing. You just have a physical spot where people can take you seriously. Because I tell you, working out of that shed and meeting people random places to show them their product, it made a big difference when I had a store they could walk into. And I was sitting across a counter from them versus sitting in the woods calling the cops on my raccoon friend. Okay. It's just my prices, they just hit a little different when I had a retail spot. Let's see what other questions, man. Y'all are giving me some good topics. I didn't intend to be on here tonight, just talking and stuff, but I like this. Let's see. So for the newbies, this is what I say, and I can't tell you how this has, really created a presence for me. Use your social media. Okay, use your social media and your jobs. I haven't had a job since what, like 2012-ish, and even then I was doing an internship as a college, as a PhD student. I was doing an internship with Lockheed Martin, and even then I got kind of like work anywhere from 20 to 30 hours. They were paying me like $21 an hour, and I would still not choose to come in for the maximum amount. I don't know. It's just something to me about like working for somebody else. So it does something to my spirit. So just being able to work for yourself, you'll work for yourself for less than you will feel like you need to work for someone else. So you're going to find a way to make it work. You're going to hustle on the side of your regular 9 to 5 until you start getting the flow and you start feeling the energy of what you can produce. And when you start creating, it creates momentum. And all you need to do is put it out there. I have been putting things out there on Facebook. I think my first year I had 1,000 images up on Instagram. And I wasn't even I just started social media just for business. Okay, so 1,000 pictures in a year, that's about 3 pictures a day I would post. So it got people in that local area I might only get 10 to 15 likes on each picture, but I guarantee you everybody in that small town knew that I was the one making t-shirts, even if they never liked the picture. So you're building that brand for yourself. You're building that recognition for yourself. So as a newbie, start there. You have a template, and I think what is it? Annette, you have the I think you signed up for the courses, right? So you have 4 templates right now at your disposal. Post those 4 templates. I don't care if they're my designs. Post those 4 templates and say, hey, I'm doing a special, $20 shirts for the first 5 people that place an order. And you already have the template, right? What do you have to lose? You have the courses that tell you how to change out the photos. If you need help, then we'll help you. But that's at a cost too. So go ahead and put in the groundwork now so that you don't have to do a one-on-one session in order to get a project done. You don't have to do a class in order to get a project done. You have it right there at your fingertips. Those 4 images that you have, post them. That's my challenge to you. Post them and see, don't you get at least one order, one bite immediately. See if you don't get your $30 back for this month's membership. Post those 4 pictures. And then let me know what comes out of it, because I'm very interested. I'm very interested. You don't even have to change out the photos. You can use my photos. I don't care. I don't have Innate Lab on them, so that you can say, hey, I got this. I got this fire design. I want to bless 5 people with no artwork fee. And that way, you're doing the artwork for free, but you're proving yourself. You're a newbie, right? You're proving yourself. And then I want you to know how to edit those templates, change those folks' pictures out. If you can get it to them within 24 hours, that will be amazing. Most of these people wait a week or 2 just for artwork. Get one of those 10-minute templates, even if it takes you 2 hours. Take that 10-minute template, figure out what you have to figure out to change out the components, and put that design out there. Hopefully secure your money first, because I don't like designing without the money first, but I have done it before to prove myself. And Sharon, yeah, I understand if you're not comfortable with all over yet. I completely understand. So the 13 by 19, what I do is I tell people that my 13 by 19 shirts are, I pretty much start those out at 25. And you're going to have to kind of get every market is different. Every location is different. You'll have some people that do $20 13 by 19 shirts. Well, the problem that I used to see was I couldn't get people to understand that artwork was separate. So what I started doing was saying, oh, for the first shirt, it's $40, because I know I'm going to have to design something. And if you should go show them those templates online right now, all those templates say $20. So in their head, they're going to have to pay $20 for one of those templates anyway. So if you say, hey, it's $40 for 13 by 19, each additional one is 25 until you get past 20 shirts, and then it goes down to 20. That's what we need to build these prices for, to at least give you something to have a conversation about. And then once they get that same design, then you're just printing those 13 by 19s. You printing them yourself, you're probably wasting no more than $2 a print, maybe $5 for the shirt. So as long as you've designed it once, that's pure profit past $7. And the only thing is, let's say if you have an order where you have 100 prints and you just can't sit there and watch 100 prints print, then that's when you send off. You can go ahead and still do your artwork, do your mock-up. By the time they're ready to actually press those all on shirts, your prints are in. Yeah, D, I understand completely what you're saying. If Dee is saying that she's tired of working full time and she loves being creative and she really wants to do something that she loves. There's a difference. Um, the work that you put in to do what you love, it's still work. It's still energy. It's still output. It just feels different, and it's invested different. And yes, the rhinestone will go hand in hand. Erica has a group. It's called New Blingers Slinging, and She teaches you how to do your own custom rhinestone applications where you cut it out of the felt and then you put the rhinestones in. Those go hand in hand. So you can start offering the rhinestones with sublimation. Now you have something that your competitors are not, they're not even trying to touch on this stuff. And D, if you're saying that you're in the nursing field, those are your biggest customers right there. Those of you who have employment, I'm not knocking employment, please understand. Matter of fact, one of the major things that most entrepreneurs will tell you when you're starting out is don't quit your job, because those are most likely your number one customers. That's your front line of people to present to. Every single day you walk out of the house, something that you have on should say, I made this. I make t-shirts, I make masks, I make blinged out sunglasses. Whatever it is that you make should be announced every time you leave the house. You are your own walking billboard. And I guarantee you, even in nursing, and I'm sure you've seen this, D, I'm sure your fellow nurses have seen a shirt that you had on and asked you where you got it from. So your coworkers are going to be your top tier supporters, and then eventually that grows with your social media. So now you have two lines that you've started attacking: your social media, which is semi local, and also starts to breed into the online market, right? Because you may be in a local area, but maybe you're touching the friend of a friend of a friend who sees your work. So that's your initial online presence is still a local presence. Then you have the people that you work around. That's a whole nother presence. And then some of you start your Etsy stores. And your Etsy stores, you can have one item that just takes off and sets you up for 3 to 6 months. Right, those masks, absolutely. Yep. Amen. Tori says that her nurse coworkers are her best customers, and they'll be the ones to push your product. I used to get so offended thinking that, oh, well, my families and my friends aren't the ones that's really liking my post or pushing me. That's fine, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Normally, the families and friends are the ones that's gonna have you working on design for 3 to 4 hours, because they're gonna be the ones. Can you just? No, no, I can't just anything. Everything that I do cost a dollar in a minute. So I'm telling you, just trust the process, trust the work that you're putting in. um it's really about your confidence in what you're doing. As soon as that confidence grows, as soon as it's shown to people, they start to believe it, but you have to believe it first. Right. Yep, that extra income, and yeah, design gives you an escape too. It's something, like I said, I feel like as human beings, we're closer to God when we're creating, because we are creators by nature. And when we're able to be in our element and create, it is a special type of energy. And if we can all be, creators in our elements, then I don't see that there's any reason why it would not be successful. Okay, so this is what I do for front and back. I do 20 now, and I'm not telling y'all this is what I charge other people. This is what I charge for you all. I usually do 28 for a front, and then I add $10 to do a back. So when I do my customers, I tell them that it's 45 for front only and 60 for front and back. And I know people say that sounds like a lot, but I don't know. I haven't seen it worth doing that for less, especially for like one off or two off shirts. And the reason why I do it for y'all for less is because pretty much you're coming into the game already having the order put together. When I have to interface with a client and they're telling me, oh, well, man needs a large, auntie needs a XL, and they come to me with all these lists, and I have to organize information and I have to interface with the customer, you have to charge for that. That's time that you take, because instead of them giving me a list where it says one small, two mediums, three larges, I'm getting literally a list of names and then what each person wants, and that alone takes up time and energy. So when we're doing business to business, you're already coming to me with your organized data. You've already dealt with the customer and grabbed all the extraneous information, sorted out what you really needed, and you're coming to me with what you absolutely need. And most of the time, y'all are coming to me with your designs already done. So we're able to have a easy transaction. And then even if you need designs done, you're coming to me with, hey, this is the picture for the front, these are the words, do your thing, right? So and a lot of you do this thing here. Where did I put it? I want y'all to do. Where's that free tip? I want y'all to do this. Everybody just do this. I don't care if you don't plan on having a brick and mortar. What it does is I want you to break down your categories. What are your most popular categories of content? So here we have birthday, sports, weddings, schools, etc. And it's just 8, so I'm sure there are more than that. And then what products fall within those categories? So for birthday, of course, all of them you'll do shirts, but I want you to start thinking about how you're specifically going to target these categories. And then every single week, you don't have to make a physical sample, but at least put out a mock-up. If you know sports is one of your number one categories, and you aren't putting out something sports on the regular, you're not listening to the market. The market will tell you what it wants. And I have to start doing this more too, because I've been marketing with you all, but I haven't been marketing, my personal business, which is fine, because I think what I'm getting out of the experience is helping to grow you all with the tools that I have. So it's fine to me if I don't get, my regular orders off the street. Honestly, it's been helping me to focus more on the bigger picture. Because essentially, I don't want to be the brick and mortar store. I want to empower you as the brick and mortar stores. And I want to be able to say, okay, oh, well, we need price lists. Let's do an overall, let's do a price list theme. Oh, we need to design logos. Let's do a logo class. That's what I want to really pull from you all, what you need in order to be successful businesses. Online, kiosk, brick and mortar, social media based. Uh, Even if you're selling out of the trunk of your car, I've sold at flea markets made regularly occurring weekends at the local flea market. And the reason why I was doing it wasn't because the flea market's just a way to make all this money. I made so many contacts out there at the flea market, so many contacts, that's what made a presence when I did not have a brick and mortar store in that same city. Just going to the flea market. Now people believe you. They see that your equipment, and I would do pop-ups. So basically, I'm creating things on demand. License plates. I had license plates, socks, and t-shirts. That's it. That's it. Oh, that's cool. Dee says she's learned so much in one class. That's awesome. And Tori's agreeing. Look at that. And I have to tell y'all teach me. Y'all are teaching me not only how to be a better teacher, but also there are tools that I'm learning. Here's one thing about it: when you don't know how to do something and you're creative, you'll find a way to do it. So I learned about remove BG from you all. I'm learning like some of the things that I might take for granted doing. Like we need to establish this price list. That's priceless. Like no pun intended, but really pun intended. Like us just coming together with the standardized price list is going to help so many members, especially the newbies, that we're going to give them this leap of, okay, feel confident charging these prices. No more $15 shirts if you don't have to. If you don't have to do $15 t-shirts, don't do it. Your designs are worth more than that. Your skill is worth more than that. That's an excellent idea, Sharon. Sharon says she wants to take the retail mock-up, change it up, and make it her banner for her Facebook business page. That is a phenomenal idea, because what you're doing is you're giving people the idea that, especially right now in these COVID streets, you're giving them the idea that you have a visual presence, even if you don't have the physical presence. And I'm telling you, you all check out these places that you might be able to have customers pick up orders, or start a delivery fee, and have your 18 and 21-year-old nieces, nephews, kids, have them deliver the stuff for you, just like Uber, and just charge a fee. $8 delivery fee, $5 delivery fee, or something. And then the kids might even get tips. They ain't never gonna tell you whether they're getting tips. That's their business. But have a $5 delivery fee, and then that way you don't have to have a brick and mortar store. You do your marketing online. And one thing you can do with Sublimation, if you tell people I can do same day service, I want y'all to try this out. Like these things that I'm telling you, just try it out. Just try out one of these things that I'm telling you. Say that I do same day service, and I deliver the shirts, white t-shirts only, and then show them, if you don't have any examples made up already, take some of the examples off the Innate Lab page. These are the type of designs I can do. Put 4 designs. These are the designs I can do. I can deliver next day shirts. And then what you do is you just have some white shirts in stock. 12 of every size. I'm telling you, I'm pimping you to the game. 12 of every size. And just keep it in stock. Let me see, 12 shirts of every size. Matter of fact, do I have a little spreadsheet open already? Let me see. I'm telling you, we're gonna put you up on this game. Let me see if I can get a quick spreadsheet. I was just working on one not too long ago. All right, so this is me brainstorming spreadsheet wise, but I'm gonna make a copy of this one. I'm just gonna duplicate this one, and we're gonna see if I had to have. This is what I would do, and these are just notes, so y'all can take it or leave it. But toddler shirts, I make sure I keep about anywhere from 4 to 6 of them at a time. So I'm gonna go 4. If I was just starting out, I would keep 4. I didn't initially carry onesies yet. So I did have toddler shirts, and if I needed onesies, I'd order them as I needed them. Youth shirts, have 6 of every size of youth shirts. And then let's say you have 6 of every size of adult shirts. I'm not even gonna tell you to go 12. You do not have to have 4X and 5X, but I will tell you this, when I used to do the flea market and I had 5X shirts, every time somebody came to me that needed a 5X shirt, they bought out, every single time they bought out all my 5Xs, because they would be so excited that they found someone that had a 5X shirt that, like I said, I would carry 6 at a time. They would buy all 6 from me every time. Especially when they can get their own image, their own business logo, that sort of thing. You'll be surprised at how many people you'll meet at the flea market that are entrepreneurs themselves and just want something to walk around with their logo on. And you're providing it for them on the spot. So let's see, that's a total of, is that 84 shirts? $396, $400 worth of shirts. And if anybody called you right now, you can do up to 6 of any size. Right now. Post on if you have these shirts, I'm going to tell you to do Sublimation right now, because pretty much everybody else is out. And then I have to do Vapor right now for these 3Xs to 5Xs, because this sublimation stuff is growing. And you want to be ahead of the curve. Everybody and their mama's finding out about it and doing it now. That's why it's so hard to find these supplies too. So now is an opportunity to get ahead of the curve and set the stage. So yeah, $400. I would have all of these shirts, and what I would do is every few days, maybe once a week, Let's say I ran low on larges. I only have 2 larges left. I'll make sure that I re-up it, top it off. And then I would top it off. I would do what it takes to get 8, because by the time those shirts came in to give me 8, I probably would have sold 1 or 2 more. Right? The Cricut shirts, absolutely. So I'm just telling you, if that's a model that you can work with, if you can spend $400 right now and have some shirts on hand, have a pack of paper, have at least 2 packs of paper on hand, have you a second set of ink cartridges. If you're on those 7710s, have you an empty set of cartridges just in case something happens and one of your chips go bad, or something happens. Have an extra set of cartridges ready to go. Make sure you stay on top of your ink, and start offering in your area same day shirts. Just put same dash day shirts. You can even start going online to your Facebook Marketplace and saying 1 hour shirts. 1 hour shirts, delivery is $10. Charge more for delivery for 1 hour shirts. Like, start that now. Mass. Same day custom mass. Just put same day or 1 hour on stuff. And that's what your people want anyway. They're pressuring you to do your order. You're telling them it takes me 2 weeks to do an order. Give me a week. They don't care. They're coming to you every single time at the last minute, right? So make it seem like that's what you're designed to do and charge a premium. You want a same day shirt, it's going to be $30. And that's for a 13 by 19. Now, if you give me 2 weeks, then you reverse it on them. You don't need it right now, because you'll start to find out real quick that these people don't really need these shirts right now, right? They'll tell you that they do, but in actuality, if you say, oh well, it's $30 if you need it same day, but if you can wait a week, it's $25. If you can wait 2 weeks, it's $20. And see how quick somebody really needs something, and how they actually respect your time when you start with the highest price and come down whenever they give you more time. Yep, Sharon Sublimation has some. So let me show you. Let me see if I can pull up one of these suppliers. Let me show you the 1910s. Sublimation. There you go. So these shirts, I found they're in stock right now. Probably one of the few suppliers that do have a stock, a regular stock of all sizes. They have absolutely no 3Xs right now. This is just small to 2X. 3Xs I've been having to order from Canva, and I've been doing the vapor shirts. They are much more expensive, and they are heavier, like a heavier weight. The 21M were my go-to, even though they have this peary yellow look to them. I can't stand it when they went from the nice, clean blue or white, and then they switched it up and went with this little peary white about a year ago, and I can't stand it. They sublimate really well though. And most of the time people won't be able to tell unless they just really put it up against something else that's really white. So 21M were my go-to, but the supply has been non-existent lately. So I've been using Sublimation. I think y'all will like Sublimation. They're a little bit thinner. They remind me of more of the Gildan 42,000s or the G420s, depending on which supplier you order from. And I've heard the Cricut shirts, I haven't worked with them yet, but the Cricut shirts tend to be a little bit thicker, and they're a little bit, they're hotter because they're thicker. So these are nice, breezy, cool. And then you'll have people that say, oh, well, you can see through it. It's a white shirt. Yes, you can see through it. When I put this big old 13 by 19 print, at least you won't see through the main area of the shirt. But I've heard the Cricut shirts, because they're thicker, they are less see-through. So you're going to have one or the other. Now the Sublimation, The standard white ones, I haven't had any trouble with people saying that they run small. I just think they're more like how the Gildan 42,000s are. They don't necessarily run small. What it is because they're thinner, they kind of are more clingy, if that makes sense. So if you're wearing an undershirt, it clings to you more. It doesn't have that kind of that stiffness to the fabric because it is a lightweight. So it's like a 4.3. I think the Gildan G420s are 4.3 ounce, and then the Sublimes are 4.5 ounce. Let me see what the 42,000s are. Oh, the Gildans are thicker. They're 5 ounce. So that's what I tend to think of when somebody says they run small. I don't think it's as much of the size as it is that it's a lighter weight fabric, so it clings a little more and it doesn't have its own kind of weight to it. And let's see, the other, we said 21Ms. I know that 21Ms are pretty much non-existent right now. And white, let's see, yep, all zeros. All zeros everywhere. Yes, S&S, you need a tax ID. Um, I'll tell y'all a trick. Jiffy shirts is Alpha Broder. Alpha Broder, you need a tax ID as well. Um, and don't be afraid of the tax ID. Um, the tax ID is mainly so that you can use it to get things without paying a sales tax, but at the same time, and I ran from this too because I was like, oh, this is paperwork. I'm just bad about filling out paperwork. I am the worst. Like, I'll do creative projects all day, but tell me I have to sit down and do a spreadsheet to actually turn into somebody and fill out some forms to fill into somebody. I just put it off to the last minute. It's just probably something we all have a little bit of that in us, that that we just do what we want to do before we do what we have to do. But it's not such a bad thing. It's just something most of the time you're going to have to file quarterly to let them know, hey, how much tax have you collected? And just go ahead and give them that tax. It's just something that it seems daunting till you get it done. And then you're like, oh, now I unlock this potential to have vendors. And I want you to get into building business credit. That's a whole nother module. That's a whole nother module. But building the business credit, totally separate from your own personal social security number and your own personal credit. You can build business credit in 6 months. It's almost impossible to build personal credit in 6 months. So I want y'all to be thinking of those things. Oh yeah, the ladies fit. Ladies fit with Sublimation is definitely more fitted. The Gildan, they're more fitted too, but I like the ladies fit for the Gildans. The ladies fit for Sublimation, I don't think I've really tried them like regularly like that. I haven't kept them in stock regularly. Yeah, so let's get that together, and let's say we get enough people together to where we start. I haven't sourced T-shirts only because everybody sells T-shirts. But now that they're becoming so scarce, this may be something that's worth looking into. I've always looked to the other products, like we started doing the license plates and socks and dog tags, that sort of thing, because they're kind of complementary items. But if the sourcing keeps looking this bad for T-shirts, then maybe we need to look into doing that. And then that's why I was saying this, the supplier side of the Innate Lab website is going to be on a back end where your customers can't see how much your blanks are. But we'll have different prices. So we'll have a buy-in price, which is a price where if you can wait, 3 weeks for the product to come in, you get it at a discounted rate. If you have to buy it once it's actually on the shelves, then you're paying your actual wholesale. So you have a buy-in rate, the wholesale rate, and of course, you can sell it at the retail rate. So I would like for some of you who are considering doing brick and mortars to actually think of being a supplier as well for blanks. So that's what Devonna, she's setting up her brick and mortar store. She's going to also offer my blanks in her store. So you have fellow crafters in your area who will come by. They will buy those blank shirts. They will buy, that sublimation paper pack. They ran out of it last minute. They'll buy a set of True Ink. And that's how we're also helping our local community as well. So yeah, I'm loving all these questions y'all are asking. All right, well, and it's about that time. It's almost midnight here, and I'm going to finish printing up a few prints that I have to prep for tonight. Um, and hopefully I get a chance to get up to the shop tomorrow. Tori, is it good to sell items in a set? Absolutely. You know how it is when you go to that store and that mannequin has on the full outfit with the purse, the shoes, the sunglasses, and you want everything on that mannequin. If you think of that's how you start to present your work, a lot of times you can do things like sets. So you can do socks, t-shirt, bows, even throw masks in there now. So the mask is something that you can coordinate. Anything that you can think of that allow people to coordinate. Or if it's for let's say your little league football team, do a football sleeve and some socks and a t-shirt and sell it as a package deal. The coaches will come to you for that sort of thing. So yeah, absolutely. hmm For the nurses, nurses are typically working what 5, 6 days a week. Do a 6 pack or 5 pack of masks, one for each day, and see how fast that set will sell. All right, love. So it's almost that time. Any more questions? I'm trying to see if something comes through. Yes, E, thank you for that. If you want to upgrade to the $60 from the $30 plan, make sure you let me know. Let me go back to show you the difference. Because what will happen is if you cancel the $30 plan and you start the $60 plan, it's going to assume you're a new $60 member. So it's going to start you off at course number 101 to 104, right? So if you plan on doing that later, before you do it, let me know. Give me a heads up and then say, hey, I'm switching to this today so I can unlock. So I can unlock let's say you do it once we're on class 120 and you've basically already unlocked up to 120 on the $30 plan. I can go ahead and unlock all the way up to 120. And I do believe that you get to keep any class that you've done as long as you paid for that month. It's going to let you keep those classes. But what I have to do is once you're on the $60 plan is I have to let it catch you up. Otherwise, you'll start back over at 101. Okay. So you'll have to let me know that. Brick and mortar. So canals such as brick and mortar and Grand Prairie, Texas. So Canal 5, what are your trending items and what is it that you think that you might be lacking or you want to introduce to your brick and mortar to see if it can get you more customers or more sales. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one, E. While we're waiting on that response, I'm going to. Okay, so it asks you to log in, but I believe because somebody mentioned this too. So let me see if I try to log in with something that doesn't exist yet. I think what you have to do is click on something that you want to purchase and then it'll let you log in. But I'm going to try and see. Um, okay, so Yeah, it doesn't let you just log in. So you have to click on something in order for it to create a login. So let's say if I want to do the membership, I would choose which one. So when I go to get access, then it's going to let me sign up. So let's say I do the $30 one, get access. I can choose, continue, and then it's going to ask me to sign up. So it's the same thing if you're doing the free one. Let me go back. So if you want to try it out and create a login, just go to the free one. That way you don't have to pay anything. And everybody can do this today. Go to the freebies, get access for free, and then it's going to ask you to create an account. So that's good. I need to make sure that we make note of that for others. Yep, you have to click one of the green boxes in order to create an account. Right, because basically the website is saying, do you have a purpose for being here and making an account? Do you want to buy something or or download something today? And yeah, so I say go to the free one. I'm not pressuring you to buy anything. Go to the free one, and that way you set up an account that way. All right, and we will have free content that'll pop up on here. So even non-members will still have content that you can get for free on here. And this is going to be an easier way for me to organize those freebie files, like the all over free templates. And when I do offer free templates, I'm going to put them here in this freebies. So there will be no question where the free templates are. Oh, you do a lot of embroidery and bling. Definitely, these sublimation items. Canal, do me a favor. Like, I don't know if there's a way that you can. Do you do sublimation right now? And even if you don't, I'm sure that there's somebody in your area um, that can kind of get you started on sublimation, or we can help you get started. I don't ever assume that you're going to have to go through me to do what you want to do, but I will absolutely help you if that's what you need. If you need sublimation prints, or if you're already set up with sublimation prints and you need help with artwork, we're here for that too. So promote some of the artwork that we do on Innate Lab and say, hey, we're offering these style shirts right now. Maybe offer some type of promotion, and we'll help you get it done if you can't do it. But what I like to do for you all, and this is for you all only, I will, like, let's say if you contract me to do a design for you, I like to do it on YouTube if as long as it's okay. Especially for the client, if it's not that sensitive, that they're okay with having it on YouTube. And I show you how to do your own design live. So even if this particular time, let me close that out. So even if this particular time you did pay me to design it, your customer thinks that you had a designer design it, and that's fine. You tell them, hey, I had to pay this designer $30 to do your artwork, and really and truly, you select the PNG, and this is only for y'all. If you select the PNG option of the design services, let me see if I pull that back up. This is my hint to you all, and it's only the people that join my lives and stuff that even know about this. So if you go to design print services and the custom design, it normally is going to charge you extra to do it all over, and it's going to charge you extra to get the Photoshop file. So if you put in PNG and you put in 13 by 19, but in the notes, when you write the notes to me, you tell me, hey, I really want this to be all over, and do you mind sending me the Photoshop file? I look out for y'all. That's normally, I think 30 or 40, yeah, that's $30 more that's supposed to be paid. Now, people that don't do, go into the lives, I don't say nothing to them. But y'all know the deal. I look out for y'all because y'all support me on these videos and let me know what you need. So, for instance, let me show you. If I were doing a design that I needed help with, I'm going to go to my delete temp files. I'll upload a photo, and this was a photo we just recently did. As a matter of fact, I spoke with this young lady tonight, and she was so sweet, and she said everybody loved the shirts that we did for this one. So I'll use this as an example. So we uploaded the photo. If you want additional photos, I do charge for $5 for each additional photo, because I don't play by all these extra pictures. And then the template choice, you choose whatever template. So you take a screenshot of the template. In this case, I'm going to say, hey, I want that photo, but this template. So I'll upload that. And because you are my favorite people in the whole wide world, you can select PNG and 13 by 19. And then there's supposed to be a box that you can type in. So I'll have to update that. But in the box, you say, hey, Shannon, can you send me the Photoshop file and do it as all over print? And it will be $20 instead of Photoshop all over. That's $50. Because for the Photoshop alone, I charge a surcharge of $20. And that's what I charge. Like the common person that just asks me, hey, will you make me a Photoshop file? Yep, $50. One photo, you got it. But for y'all, just choose PNG and choose 13 by 19 and I got you, okay? Rona, the membership is an automatic membership. It's kind of like how your gym membership works. It has once you pay, it's going to. I think it even gives you a warning before the payment's going to be made. I think it gives you like a 3 to 5 day warning that hey, this payment's coming up. Just a heads up. But yes, it is a monthly membership fee. So you can cancel it. If you do decide to cancel it, it'll start you over again. It'll start you over again at the sessions 1 through 4. Now I won't do that. I won't go and go into the sessions and unlock sessions if you cancel and come back. Especially if it's just once, I may consider that. But if it's a regular occurring thing, then that's just making me work harder for a website that I spent time building to work efficiently for you all. So if you need to cancel, like if you do it and there's no hard feelings, if y'all have to cancel, I don't care if it's because of budget, if it's because you're just not happy with the content, you don't like to hear my country voice 4 times a month. I don't care what it is. That's your prerogative to cancel that membership. But you have to do so on the site. I don't know how to cancel it for y'all. I don't intend on canceling it for y'all. But you can go into your settings and cancel the monthly membership. Okay. Well, I sure appreciate y'all. Let's see, I need to order a couple of all over shirts. Absolutely. And if you have a brick and mortar, my suggestion is to order a couple of shirts or do a couple of shirts. Here's the thing. I display shirts on and I have to bring out some pictures. Um, but I display shirts on youth smalls. Do you know how all over you can make something look on a youth small? So definitely, I would go with youth small shirts. Maybe tile 2 sheets of 13 by 19 just to kind of make it look all over, and say, hey, I do all over shirts. And then if they ask for adult large or extra large, then send it. Send me the order. We'll print it out and mail you the rolled up. Like we'll roll up the prints, put it in a tube, send it straight to you. Or if you need us to press them, we can press them as well. So just start putting it out. That's the trend. That's what people want. This all over printed stuff. You can't, you can't deny the trend. When it's a trend, it's a trend, just like the mask. So you got to hop on and strike while it's hot, and hopefully it takes you to the next level with your business. All right, loves. Well, once again, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and sticking around for this long. I think we've been on for about an hour and a half. And I'm definitely appreciative of all the comments and your suggestions and even these questions. Thank y'all. And I'll be checking in again tomorrow. We have some stuff to catch up on. Hopefully, I get these all over orders pushed out for y'all so that I can get to making some content, some videos for y'all tomorrow. Okay. We got some connections here. Opening a storefront in Dallas. Y'all, I'm so ready for this. I'm so ready for this. And I hope that we can pretty much do some flagship programs, like basically pave the way and show people what it's going to take to do this, that it's not so scary, but you do need to have a plan. You do need to be prepared, and maybe even show some of these ups and downs, make it real for them. I want to do some interviews with y'all and kind of ask about different people in different parts of the process. If you had a brick and mortar for 20 years versus just starting out, versus having a really successful online store, versus being brand new, and all of these different walks of life coming to the table with their own set of information, and helping one another. All right, loves. Good night. And yeah, Sheikah says bye. I love y'all for real. Good night, y'all. Oh, and thank you for my super chats, y'all. I missed one. I see somebody else gave me a super chat too. I don't see it, but thank you, Diamond. I appreciate it. Y'all be safe in these Corona streets. Wait, I see another one. My girly time boy, that's Tanya. Thank you, baby. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night, sweet dreams. Wake up ready to hustle in the AM. Good night, y'all.